Marty St. Louis joining us by phone. Marty, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So you hear the words Hall of Fame in your first eligibility season. What went through your mind when you got the call?
Just wow, I guess. Get a call like that, and, see the committee value the impact I had on the league to the point of being a first-time ballot is quite an honor, and very flattering and very humbled by it. So it's something that my family and I are looking forward to go through in the whole weekend in November.
Marty, I would imagine there are hundreds of people who have helped you along the way get to the point where you're a first ballot Hall of Famer. Were there people or names that popped into your mind immediately when you found out you were a Hall of Famer?
Certainly my beginning, Nick Polano out of Calgary, assistant GM to Al Coates. Those guys gave me my first look in the NHL. And, obviously it didn't quite work out for me in Calgary, but they allowed me to reach my dream. And moving to Tampa, the Rick Dudley and the Jay Feaster, bringing me in, and Tortorella eventually taking over in that first year and totally being the first coach who really saw what I was all about, and gave me the platform to go, be what I thought I could be. Just my time in Tampa alone, obviously I cherished my 2 years in New York. The centermen I had the chance to play with there, going from Brad Richards to Vinny LeCavalier to Steven Stamkos. And you're talking about elite players that I'm sure will have their names in there sooner rather than later as well. Those were the centermen I had to play with. I mean, who can say that?
A lot of people will point to those early years, and I think if somebody is to write your Hall of Fame plaque, the word perseverance should certainly appear on what they write about you and your life and your career. How were you able to persevere, first from not being drafted to then being let go by the first NHL team? How were you able to get through that to become what you actually did?
I wasn't worried about the bumps. I was going to keep pushing. Obviously, you need people to help you along the way, which I did. But at the end of the day, it all starts with, your work and your attitude.
You spend a lot of time these days coaching young hockey players. How much of the time that you spend with them on or off the ice is about the perseverance that you showed in your career?
The biggest challenge I have is when, if your team is down or losing, and, if you get down early and it's like the poor me look on their face that I can't stand. I just want them to, guys, nothing's easy. So what? We're down. Big deal. But a poor me look on your face is not going to get us anywhere. Roll up your sleeve. Let's go to work.
Marty, as you look toward the next phase of your hockey life, since you're doing some coaching now, do you envision coaching being the place you want to go?
I mean, it's something I definitely see myself trying, liking. Timing is everything, and right now I'm just really focusing on my kids, and it's a time that you can't get back. And I've had 3 years now, and it's been a blast, and so I'm going to keep doing that for now and take it a year at a time, I guess.
Always a good idea. When you mentioned your 2 seasons with the Rangers and how special they were, obviously it was a very emotional time in your life. What stands out to you? What are the memories or the thoughts or emotions that you'll always carry with you about your time with the Rangers?
For a place that I was there for not too long, obviously, parts of 2 years, but what we went through, I guess, as a team, I felt like I'd been there for 10 years. I think it got me really close to the fan base quick. I think it got really personal. Obviously, the kind of questions I had to answer. I mean, I really opened myself up at a very emotional time, and I think it allowed me to be really, I guess, close to the fan and the whole Rangers organization.
The hockey community is tight-knit, especially in the New England area. What are your thoughts on David Quinn as the next Rangers head coach? And speak to the challenges of going from head coach in the college ranks to head coach in the NHL. He did have NHL assistant experience. What's that going to be like for David, do you think?
Well, I mean, I think he's taking a team at a time where, they're stacking up with young guys. I think that falls right into his wheelhouse, so to speak, because he's coaching young guys and he's dealing with a lot of college players. And I feel there's tons of college players on the Rangers. They're stacking up with prospects, and they're trying to develop them. They're getting a guy, I think, that's a great communicator. And, every guy deserves a first chance as a head coach in the NHL. Every coach that coached in the NHL got that look, and he's getting his look now. And I think the Rangers will benefit from, I think his personality, his communication skills, and his experience with young guys.
Marty, last question. You obviously, at least peripherally, paid attention to the way the NHL season ended this year. Your thoughts on Capitals versus Golden Knights and just how Alexander Ovechkin has comported himself as a Stanley Cup champion. Could you kind of empathize or feel for just how much emotion he has shown in winning the Stanley Cup finally?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a long time coming for him. He's a guy that's been at it for many years and done a lot of great things in the league. And to finally, I think a lot of guys were pulling for him. So for him to finally get his cup is good to see. Is well earned. Vegas, what an unbelievable first season, and they came real close. So it was good to see too.
Marty, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame nomination.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. All the best.